Welcome to our tiny house. Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be giving you another tour of our tiny house. We've been living in it now for 8 months, and it's been a while since the last tour video. I believe that was just after we moved in. So I figured it was time for another update to show you all of the stuff we've added and the things that we've changed. So we started building this house in August of 2019. We moved in October of 2019, so pretty much the house was built within 2 months. And we did the majority of the building ourselves. We had friends come and help us with the roof trusses and the loft. And then the final roof, that was all done with contractors. But everything else we did ourselves, and we learned how to build the house just by watching videos on YouTube and by reading stuff on Google. So neither one of us had experience building houses before, so it's all just done through researching stuff online. So it's totally possible if you have no building experience whatsoever that you could build a house to live in. This house is still a work in progress, so it's not done yet, and we don't know when we will finish it because we're just doing it slowly. But this video will just give you an idea of where we're at now that we've been living in it for 8 months. Our house is 4 by 5 meters. Those are the measurements on the outside of the house, so inside it's slightly smaller because of the insulation and the thickness of the walls. So basically the house has one large room, living room, kitchen area. We have a small bathroom here, and then we have the loft upstairs. And initially we wanted to put our bedroom upstairs, but it does get very warm in the loft, especially in the winter when we have the wood stove going. So we ended up just keeping our bedroom down here. And so this couch actually converts into a bed. So we can just sleep down here. And then Aika is sleeping right next to us too. But it's just nice and cool down here, so we prefer sleeping down here. We have 2 big windows down here and then 1 tiny one in the loft. And we did that on purpose because behind us over here, there are neighbors there, so we figured if we just had this whole part of the house closed off, then we would just have more privacy. So the 2 windows here actually give us nice views where we can just look out on the road or just look out to the other houses. It's far enough away from people that we just have more privacy that way, so people can't be like peeking into the house and seeing what we're doing. But also it helps that the house is like so raised up off the ground, so no one can just walk by and look in the window. These windows are so cool because you can open them 2 different ways. You can open them this way, have them open completely. We have screens in them right now. Or you can open them this way. And this way they're just cracked, so if it's raining, you can still have the windows open, get some nice air. Oh, another thing you can do is leave them on micro ventilation, which just means you go like this, and then it's like barely cracked around the edge. And the windows aren't done yet. We still have to do like the trim and clean this up. We're just not sure what we want to do here. I think Kuba wants to put a little ledge or something. We're just waiting on that. We also have blinds now. And this is just so it stays nice and cool inside the house when the sun is beating through the windows. This is a new addition. Kuba put this up so he can hang his guitars up there. I think it looks really nice. Nice wall decor. So this couch / bed we got used on OLX. That's like the Craigslist type website in Poland. We also got this little storage bench thing, which we turned into a table. So in here I just store more food and jars and extra stuff. So Kuba made the top of the table here. This is just from other pieces of cladding. We do have electricity in this house, but it's not going throughout the entire house, so we just have little points where we can plug into. So this is one of them.
Yeah, because now we are just running extensions, so there's no real wiring in the house yet. I will do the wiring, but there's other things that are more important at this time. So we just have one extension that goes into a living room and another one that goes into a kitchen and that's basically how the house is connected.
For storage in the living room, we also have these wooden crates. We purchased these on OLX from someone in a village nearby. He just makes these to order. So we store our books, camera equipment, other computer stuff. We have a printer in here. I also keep my eco bricks down here. I have 3 full ones, and I'm currently working on the 4th one. And right now, it's not ideal for books because of the size. I have to put most of the books going this way instead. But we do want to put a shelf up behind the couch on the wall. So once that goes up, all of the books can go up there. And then we might move some of these up to the loft, so then we have a little bit of storage up there. And this is our kitchen. This kitchen did not exist in the last tour video, so this is super cool. This is a solid wood countertop, and this is like a composite granite sink. Kuba built the little cabinets here. It just gives us some more storage underneath. And coolest thing is this drawer. So he actually built this box and attached the rails and everything. But it's perfect for our little kitchen. Pig, are you wondering what I'm doing in the kitchen, opening everything up? Right now in our house, we don't have lights mounted permanently anywhere. So we just rely on the windows for light, and then we have this light in the kitchen, which is just plugged into our extension in here, and then we have a little USB light in the living room from IKEA, and that gives us plenty of light, so it's never that dark in the main space of the house. We might end up installing a permanent light fixture in the bathroom because it does get dark in there, but for now, we're just going to leave the lights like this. When it comes to water, we do have running water, but it's just a hose hookup to the water point outside. So we have a water connection, but we don't have, like, it's not permanently hooked up or whatever, right? Is that the right way to say it? We're still waiting on having that connected, the water and the sewage. So right now we're kind of like in limbo, but it will happen very soon. So right now with the water here, it just goes down in this bucket, and then when it gets full, Kuba empties it into the sewage thing outside, the sewage pipe. Yeah, because I think in the last tour video, we only had this thing in our kitchen, and the water was coming out of a jug, but now we actually have a real sink, so that's super cool. We got this used on OLX as well, but it's like the perfect color and just holds so much stuff up there. It just really fills up the space. Looks nice. Like, so much time has passed that I forgot that, like even the tiles are new. And it took forever to figure out what tiles I wanted on the backsplash. It's neutral enough for filming and whatever, but it has some nice colors too going on, but it's not too flashy. This is how we cook everything, just on this gas cooktop. There's a gas bottle underneath here. We don't have an oven yet, still considering oven possibilities. And then down here is just more food storage. There you go. But I really like this cart. Kuba added this towel rack for me, so now we have a place to put our towels. And this cart was new from Castorama. It's one of the new pieces that we purchased. This is our breakfast table, my office space, where I film talking videos. This table is really cool. It's made from a piece of our countertop. So this was just a spare piece, and it actually folds down. This is my favorite place to work, right in the kitchen, looking out the window.
Because you can do it standing up or sitting.
Yeah, I can stand, sit, whatever, and I have a nice view. And these are the stools that we have. We bought these new from Castorama. I just really like their minimalist style, and they fit right underneath this table too. But I pretty much just leave this table open, even though we can fold it down because my computer is always just hanging out here. Oh, here comes Oka. It's just a wood stove. Oka, what's in there? This is one of the smallest ones we could find. I believe.
Yeah.
Because we wanted like the tiniest wood stove we could find because the house is so small. But this thing, in the winter, we would have it going twice a day. Kuba would do 2 fires a day, and that seemed to work well. But yeah, just with the stove, it was totally warm in the winter. It was actually a little too warm some days, where we'd have to keep the windows open. And it's all insulated and whatever, so it's not too close to the wall. Kuba installed the chimney too. This is an insulated board as well. Both of these things are insulated. We use sawdust bricks, which are just like, it's sawdust pushed into a brick shape. We use those to heat the house, and then some wood. Kuba put this hanging thing up for our coats and bags. I really like this little hook with the bear. That's from Krakow. Someone handmade that.
Yeah, we were at the fair.
Yeah, someone made that at a fair. Oh, and this thing. We have a bicycle rack hanging. And this is what we use to dry clothes in the winter. So the laundry rack just rests on the hooks here. And then all of the clothes just dry. So we just like hoist it up and the clothes dry with the warm air from the wood stove. And soon we won't even use this anymore.
No, we can just detach it and put it outside.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the bathroom's back here. So this whole space, it's roughly 2.5 meters by a meter. And now we have a door. I know in the other video we didn't even have a door to the bathroom. Kuba made this door using the same cladding that's on the walls. It's not finished, so we didn't oil it or anything. We just left it as is, and over time, the color just it like darkens gradually. He made this handle too, just from like some stick you found.
Piece of a bush.
Yeah.
Grows next to house.
An interesting fact: the hinges on this door are from the like crane thing we built to lift the walls up. So we're using them here.
Mm-hmm.
Turn the lights on. It's gonna be a little dark in here. So the walls in the bathroom aren't done. The ceiling isn't done yet. We do want to put a vent over here. And then we might put storage above this wardrobe, but we're not really sure yet. For showering, because we don't have a water connection in the bathroom, we just have water in here in this jug. We fill this up with water from the kitchen sink, and then I will like boil a kettle of water, put it into this tub, mix it with some room temperature water, and then that is how I bathe. All of the water just goes into a big bucket outside, and then that just gets emptied into the sewage connection as well. I am looking forward to having an actual shower in here. So once we have water hooked up, we will have a type of shower thing going on, and then we'll finish the walls too, so they're waterproofed. Probably with like corrugated metal. I kind of like the look of that. I also do laundry in this tub. That's what this is for. In case you're wondering why we have a plunger in our bathtub. And once we have water connected, we'll probably put like a washing machine here, a small one. I think that's probably the best place for it, but we're just waiting on the water to get connected. Yeah, I'm sitting on the toilet right now. We just have a compost toilet. Oh shit. I'm like totally cracking the lid. The lid was cracked before I sat on it, but I'm like making it worse.
Yeah, that was me.
The bucket has sawdust in it. You pee, poo, whatever, and then you cover it up with more sawdust. And it honestly doesn't smell as long as you just cover everything up. It's just like a litter box. But it's super easy to maintain. Kuba handles all of our compost buckets like every 2 weeks. He'll empty them, put them into our compost pile, and clean the buckets out, and then we're good to go for another 2 weeks. This is just like hygiene stuff. We have some incense here too. And these hanging pockets are actually from the van. We bought them from IKEA, and these were on the back doors of the van, but since we weren't using them there, Kuba just brought them in here and then attached them to the wall. And these are just USB lights. So they're hooked up to a battery on the floor. So this is the light switch for those fairy lights. Kuba just velcroed the remote onto the beam. Then it just goes on and off here. And it just ricochets off of the wall and then goes down to the battery, so it just works like a light switch. This is actually like a bug light. But, see. Just adds a little extra light in here. We might do a light in here at some point, we don't really know yet. But this is how it is right now. Kuba just busted the toilet seat permanently.
Because it was like this?
Yeah, and you just ripped it off.
I was just trying to put it down. Well, it is what it is.
This is where we hang all of our clothes. So the clothes in here, towels in there. And that's all of our clothes storage. And then back here we just have like Aika's food in these buckets. The vacuum's over here, some more storage. We're not sure if we're gonna like build up this with more storage or whatever, but for now this seems to be plenty of storage for our clothes. This clothes hamper and this painted dresser are all used from OLX. Oh, also the vacuum too. That came used from OLX. Maybe we'll put in like a mirror, because we only have a tiny mirror up on the wall.
Yeah, because we only have this.
So this is the new toilet seat. This one is wood, so it's not going to crack. And the new box is slightly lower than the other one. And since we don't have to put anything under the bucket to keep it at the right height, Kuba just put the tiles here instead on the floor and just gives it a nice different look. And the floors in our house aren't done. This is just OSB painted with like a waterproof paint. And in the living room we just have this like shag carpet that we got on OLX. And this is a new addition. This is like super soft for Aika to relax on. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to remove this carpet just because it holds the fur. And we'll just put that away and then keep the floor bare, and then Aika can just have this little carpet to lay on. This type of carpet is terrible for dog fur. Everything just sticks to it. Hi, Aika. Aww. I guess I should show the loft now.
I guess so.
There we go. The loft space right now is kind of just being used for storage because it's not finished. Eventually we hope to have a little office space up here with like a desk, some shelves or something like that. Because I want like a dedicated office where I can work and film videos in. But for now it's like a lounge space / storage area. So we have this mattress, which is from the van. So I like to take naps up here. Really comfortable. I have pillows and a blanket over here. Unigear sent me this hammock to try, so I'm gonna give it a whirl now. Although I think I prefer it better like this, just sitting in it this way.
Mm-hmm.
This space is gonna be Aika free, so we don't have to worry about how to bring her up here or how to prevent her from like falling off the edge or whatever. This space will just be for us. This is cool. I could see me taking naps in the hammock instead of the mattress.
It's pretty comfy.
Yeah, it is.
It's
and
very light too.
Yeah, it's lightweight. It's made of, it's nylon. It's like parachute material. And it's designed for 2 people, so it's pretty big. Though I don't know if Kuba and I will both be in the hammock inside the house, but maybe if we were to take it outside and use it, we both could try to lay in it at once. But it might be too squirmy for me to share it with another person. And this all comes off too, so you can like move it around or whatever.
Yeah. And it has straps, so we can put it on the tree too.
Oh, okay.
Like wrap around the tree.
Cool. Yeah, it's nice and light and compact because it all fits into this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just storing more stuff over here. That's a big thing of insulation. We have to finish insulating the roof around the chimney. Kuba's gonna extend the floor so this is all covered, so that we have more storage. But for now, we're just kind of just keeping stuff like extra cladding over here. But we'll leave this part of the floor open, and then this will all be boarded up too. Alrighty, back to the downstairs.
And the ladder is temporary too.
Yeah, we just don't know how we want to have stairs or a ladder going up into the loft yet. Very scary pig. Very scary. Alright, so now I'm just going to give you a little tour of the outside of our house. It's still not finished. Kuba is putting the cladding up now, so that's taking some time.
Those are just boards that are cut from the tree where there was a bark left. This part, when we bought the boards, there was a bark on it. So I took the bark off. Every board, it's burned to make it waterproof and to make it look nice too, but mostly it's just about it being waterproof. Then you kind of brush it off, and then you put oil on top of that.
We really like the look of the dark boards like this, so it's just a simple way to waterproof your cladding, and it looks pretty cool. Interesting thing about our house is that it's up on these posts. So these go pretty deep into the ground. I can't remember how deep they go.
1.5 meters.
They're concreted in, and then the whole house is resting on those. So it's kind of a mess under there right now because we have a lot of extra building materials. But at some point it will be organized. And then we'll close off the bottom too, just so we can have it as like a storage area. This is where water comes out from the bathroom. We just have this large bucket here, and it just drains into this bucket, and then we can take this bucket and empty it into the sewage. What do you call it? The sewage pipe. If there's nothing in the water, because we use biodegradable soaps, and we can just use it to water the plants around here. We do want to have water and sewage connected, so that'll happen very soon. That's going to be like the next thing we do once the cladding is finished. This wall's almost finished. We're leaving the top open just because we want to put a vent in the bathroom. So Kuba will sort out where the vent's gonna go, that he can cut a hole through the wall and then put the cladding up after that. But this is really cool. Yeah, it's slow going with the cladding just because of the weather. Like when it's really windy and rainy, we can't be working on the cladding because we have to burn it. So we're just like waiting for those sunny days to work on the cladding, and then we just put it up when we can. This is how we have water connected to the house. This hose is for the garden. And then this hose goes straight to the water point, which is over there. And then the water just goes into the house here. And this water setup isn't ideal for winter. We can't have it set up this way because the water in the hose will freeze and it'll freeze in the pipe. So what we did last winter was we would just fill up the water jug at the water point, and then Kuba would bring it inside, and then we would have water that way. But this year, if we have the water connected, then we won't have to do that during the winter. We can just turn on the tap and water will just come out and it'll be fine. We do want to have gutters installed so we can start collecting rainwater. We just haven't gotten to that point yet. Also, we would like to have solar at some point, but we're still not there yet. But for now, the roof is just, there's nothing on the roof. We're not sure how we will finish the corners here, but once the whole thing is cladded, then we'll figure that out.
Yeah, I think it will be just vertical boards.
Oh, going this way?
Yeah,
oh,
going
okay.
like this.
For a clean edge?
Yes.
We're planning on building a front porch here. I don't think we're going to get to it this year just because of the cost and the time needed to do that. But at some point, maybe next year, we will have a porch coming out here, maybe like 2 meters out, 1.5 meters. So over here, we just have our outdoor sink. And we have our compost pile. We have 2 of them. And then this is just a little work shed. It was our bathroom when we were building the house, living in the tent. And there is another toilet in here now, right? Yeah. So we just have tools and stuff in there. And then this is another like little extension that Kuba built just for wood, sawdust bricks, and other random tools.
This is very like makeshift thing, but
yeah,
I had to build it when we got the sawdust bricks delivered, so they don't get wet.
So, oh, we have an outdoor shower too, which I never use because I'm scared of spiders. So Kuba uses this exclusively.
Yeah, I use it pretty much every day
Just
when
a shower tent.
Yeah.
I refuse to use it.
There are plenty of like spiders and stuff inside, so.
No thanks. I'll just wash in the bathtub. We do have plans to put a fence up. We would like to have a little fence going around the house, as well as a fence going around the entire property, but we don't know when that's going to happen. And then that way we can let Aika roam freely on the property because we are next to a main road, so she isn't allowed off the leash anywhere near here. This is our garden. We have 2 little square foot gardens here. I have onions, carrots, beets, squash, cucumbers, radishes. Oh, the new radishes are popping up. That's cool. And this little top is just to prevent cats from going in here. We harvested radishes and spinach. That all went well. And now we're growing some more radishes. And we'll harvest beets tomorrow, I think. We also have some tomato plants. These are going strong. We will give them some like vertical support soon. These are raspberry tomatoes. And this massive thing is a cherry tomato. This one's huge, and then we have this cherry tomato as well. And this is mint.
The mint is going strong.
Yeah, it is.
It was like maybe a quarter of this size.
Yeah, now it's huge. And then over here, we have potatoes. We started off with 42 pieces of potato planted, and all but 3 grew. So it's pretty good. We also have more onions over here. This is just an experiment, me planting them in the soil, which is super rocky and sandy. But they seem to be doing okay, I guess. Her face. Even though our tiny house is far from finished, it is such an amazing feeling to be living in a house that you built yourself. It's like some days I can't believe that we're living inside of a thing that we built. It's just such a great feeling. This whole experience of building the house and living here, it's such a special experience and special time in my life, and so I'm so grateful that I can share that with Kuba and now with Aika. So yeah, if you want to see more videos like this one and you're curious about what else we're going to be doing with the house and what we'll be doing in the next few years, I recommend you subscribe to my channel. I make new videos every week. And if you're curious about the whole build process and you want to see how we built this house, check the video description for a link to my tiny house build playlist. I filmed the whole thing last year, and you'll find all those videos in one playlist. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. So thanks again, and I will see you next time. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. She's looking at me. Aiko, you're making me nervous. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Funny.